We good? You can see me? You can hear me? What tech heresy was that? All I needed to do was do the proper binaric prayers and apply the sacred unguents. Anyway, let's see. Where did we drop off when I was talking with Nomos? What is the last thing you guys remember me clearly saying? Ah. You asked for rescue, we did as you asked. The warp engine activated against all probability during our escape from the Rycat system. The Category 3 miracle manifested by the ship's machine spirit. The part about protecting, was it during the cultist attack? We did everything to appease you. Why? The silence grows deep, almost painful. Why do you fear us now? I do not fear you, I am trying to understand you. Nomos are glad. Nomos enjoying understanding too. The servitor is shaking our hand. Entities such as this one ought to be addressed using the language of sacred rituals and offerings. Your unskillful meddling bodes ill. A decision is required from you. Either the completia ritual is finished, or it is replaced by the rite of tech communion. In the first scenario, the entity Nomos will be banished and the sacred data halls where the entity dealt will be reset. In the second scenario, we will appease the entity and learn more about it. No, Nomos do not want to be banished. Nomos want to help. Nomos wants to understand. Let's start by clearing things up. Were you the one responsible for the malfunctions, and what about the strange entries in the ship's log? Yes, Nomos did that. Are you angry? We only wanted to understand, to see how things worked. It's a child! Is this entity benevolent, machine spirit, or a monster? Says nothing for so long that you begin to suspect that Nomos has silenced him again. And at last he speaks, his vox-modulated voice trembles slightly. Understanding the essence of the entity Nomos is beyond my reach at present. Hypothesis spectrum ranges from the extreme of abominable intelligence to the extreme of the great spirit of the Omnissiah's apostle. The rite of tech communion appears to be a reasonable solution. The rite will take many cycles, but will allow me to come closer to identifying the entity and making contact with it. What else can you do? Nomos learn. Nomos try new things. Do you want to see? The slowly turns its head, dragging your hand along with it. The eyes flash red. Scarlet eyes fall upon one of the monotonously chanting junior technomats. You blink, and electric discharge erupts from inside the tech, slumps to the floor. Do you want us to do that again? You're provoking it. Stop. In the name of the Emperor and of this, on this ship, none but I and the Imperium's laws dictate who lives and whose dies. We understand now. We may only stop functions of living things when you tell us to do. You will tell us, will you not? We enjoy doing things with you. It's a child. It doesn't understand. You investigate the nature of this entity. Until we know the truth, Nomos is allowed. Nomos wants to learn what we are to. We will add things to your log, things that will help us, help you. Decision is made. I will begin my preparations for the communion rite as once. Many cycles of interaction with the entity Nomos await me, but I welcome the task and accept it from the Omnissiah. Nomos are glad. Captain, will you speak with us too? We want you to speak with us too. body lacks sacred implants necessary for tech communication. But if such is your wish, can converse with you in lowly sound speech as he is doing right now. I will speak with you. Nomos are glad. We have been lonely. Our work here is done. I will let my tech comrades know that we are stopping the ritual. Thank you for appearing before us, Entity Nomos. Came across my mind, but what if they did onto Spider-Man and Lois Lane what modern Marvel did to Superman and Lois Lane? Hello, Nomos, welcome your visit. What have you been doing? Studying and observing and helping the ship when we can. So many mechanisms. They have suffered without our input. What about the research notes on the tech blight we obtained? The name is not known to us. It is related to Nomos, although we do not understand how. Interesting. Anyway, I need to sort through shit because, I want to try and get the Caspilicans up to a certain amount. And we're going to do that by basically just shoving everything into cargo. Ramshackle, how do you mean by that? I don't quite understand how you mean. Difference between Superman and Spider-Man. Yes, I remember this. Why did these not stack? Why are they not stacked? No. Okay. Wild Hunt 1. Okay. Going through, leveling people up now that now because I just have the chance. Joints. toughness. Psyker! Superiority. Hello, Idra. What do we got here? Power conduit. Yes. Intelligence, lore, Imperium? Yes. Visions of Doom. Thriving in peril. Wild hunt. Boom. Alrighty, everybody is good. Hi, what's up, Dragon? Donde está la biblioteca? Aquí. Hi, Farty. We're doing some stuff. Alrighty. Hide untradeable. Go by cost. Take another one. Alrighty. Self-calibrating goggles. Where successfully single attacks inflict stun on it for... Okay, well, I'm just grabbing them. Warp Guide Staff. Allies gain Navigators present additional MP on their first... Ally guys targeted by gain +9 to characters at the end of turn. Very nice. Storm Bolter. Regardless. Hehe. We getting some good shit from these guys. Holy. All right. Take a look at the Void. Reputation. Cost. Hide untradeable. Hello, Gondolin. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for showing up and hanging out. We appreciate you showing an interest here in the Black Pants Legion. Welcome to the WBPL. We hope you enjoy your stay. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. I think we are more than a little Gucci. What backpack do you have here? You inflict bleeding or rate of fire. Hmm. All right. We are going away. Oh, I gotta talk to people. Oof. Fun. Hey, Abelard.
Lord Captain.
Do the words epitaph, incident, blah, and tech blight, are they connected to Theodora?
No, definitely not. No, I don't recall anything like that.
Take my leave.
Lord Captain.
Hello.
They mean nothing to me. They're just words. A whisper. So quiet, I barely caught it. Like a feather landing on a pile of down. Something about damned ambitions, antiquity, terrible antiquity. And chance. Chance through it all. Oh, now I have a headache. And the stupid bloody whisper wasn't much help. Of course.
Ready. Wait for answers. Talk to officers, Voxmaster. Last chance. Master ceremonies. Hello. Not long ago, I took part in a celebration for Jay's honor. It's care to learn the circumstances. I must assure you that our landing deck was damaged minimally. Hidari escorted you to your quarters, rather boldly touching the person of the rogue trader. In response to Crew's attempts to help you, you endeavored to demonstrate your proficiency in several Efreet swear words that, according to you, had taught you earlier. Regarding the incidents that took place on Footfall, Liege Takara has already let us know that the persons affected have no claims against you, and thank your lordship for the honor of witnessing how the rogue trader and his charming paramour amuse themselves. Ah. Alrighty. Do these things mean anything? Journeys could be considered unusual. Oh, serious. Alrighty. Except maybe incident. I recall coming across the word in transmission several times. I think it was repeated by the former engine seer who perished during the uprising. He was describing it as the incident, something quite remarkable. Apparently, at some point in the past, the entire ship was hit by a massive system failure. All systems stopped responding for 1/5 of a second. Most of the crew, including myself, as I was likely on board at the time, did not notice anything strange, but the tech priests are sensitive to such things. That is all I can tell you, Lord Captain. I wish I could help more. That'll be all. Thank you. Hey, buddy. You know anything about the Fiery Reckoning? Heard of that name, can't remember. I wonder if it was part of that operation that the late Mort was put in charge of. If it was, then there's nothing I can tell you, Lord Captain. The whole thing was kept under wraps by Ifar-Torum. Treasury records mention this Fiery Reckoning. Do these words mean anything? Can't say that I do. It doesn't ring a bell. Epitaph incident. Always heaps of incidents happening on board, but from my implants, I feel at one with this ship. And I sense that, and I don't know when it happened exactly. It started behaving differently, became more responsive, livelier. Yes, livelier is the exact word. And when you said this epitaph incident, it just dawned on me. Pardon my bungled report, Captain, but that's all I've got to say. Let's take my leave. Wait. Hello.
Yes, I was told that there was heresy
Yes, there are.
and heresy related heresy afoot. Doc.
There is heresy-related heresy afoot.
Doc. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
How are you?
I am doing well.
It's a nice shirt you got there, Doc.
It is a very nice shirt. It is a blanket.
Ah.
Because it is cold down here.
Shirt, blanky shirt. Come on. I don't think there's much trading, but there is heresy.
There was heresy. There was tech heresy.
Oh no. That's like even worse kind of heresy.
Yes, Twitch decided, or at least my, or at least my, capture, decided to, be a right little bugger.
Well, shit.
Oh, yeah.
So look. This is amazing, Doc. There's floors that aren't covered with viscera. You know?
Yeah.
That kind of happens when you're around. Just, you know? it kind of, you know, it tends to be a thing. Yeah, man.
Alrighty. Okay. So, 4 attack crafts, heavy laser. 4 attack crafts, heavy laser. 2. Up to 2 wings can be active. Racer. What's the difference? What's the difference? I don't know. This one's gold.
I'm assuming gold is usually like top tier, whatever.
Yes. Yes, the more gold, the better.
Excellent.
And I'm
just... So how is things in Doc's end of the world?
Doc's ends of the world is... I mean...
You're alive.
I'm alive, I'm a basement goblin, but, yeah, I'm alive.
Well, that's good.
Went to the gym yesterday, and my legs are jelly because it was leg day.
You did not skip leg day.
No, I didn't.
And you're not skipping heresy day either.
No, I am not.
See? Well done. Going to the gym and all that. Very good.
Hello, Putin Scoot. How much trading? Quite a bit of trading, actually. Has been going on. I can't believe that I somehow got 50 fucking navigator insight.
What does that mean?
It means that I have a lot of points that I can spend in getting around everything.
On second thought, let us not go to the warp. It is a silly place.
It really is.
Yeah. It's not the, it's not the nicest of places.
No, it isn't. It's actually kind of, rather hostile.
Yeah. I'm assuming you have seen Event Horizon, Doc, yes? Movie?
I do not. I have never seen Event Horizon, but I know what you are referring to.
I strongly urge you to watch that because I would be curious to, as one of the Warhammer nerds, which I admittedly am not. I am also
not a Warhammer nerd.
Dude, you are a savant compared to me with Warhammer. Okay, like I know nothing about Warhammer.
All I know is memes and this game
and heresy.
Yes.
Okay, well, you still know a hell of a lot more than I do. Anyway, point being,
okay, so here we have an event whacker. Here, hold on, let me stream for you. There you go. We have we have an event of someone it says they learned a dirty little secret about us. I'm gonna pay some bad people to dig up a dirty little secret about him.
Fuck yeah.
Several days later, receives report along with a sealed envelope containing damning evidence and a small box containing 2 little fingers and the tip of a tongue. The blackmailer never makes contact.
Oh God. Oh God. So he can only count to 8 now.
Yup.
Reverend Hieronymus Del Rosso has arrived on the planet for a brief visit. A great many itinerant pilgrims have come with him in hopes of finding a new home. Heresy?
No. He is
No
actually
heresy?
he is. It is not heresy. Organize a grand mass of burning blasphemers and the week of faith in honor of his arrival.
I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen, we've broken Whacker.
we have a barbecue, man. Nothing is more welcoming than the smell of burning heretics in the morning, right?
Absolutely. Hey, look at this. We've got some projects that we can do.
Project Sorted Goods. Oh, that sounds lovely.
So I get a weapon that is kind of okay.
What the hell is that thing?
It's an alien gun. It's an alien fire gun.
So basically, it's an old World War II U.S. flamethrower that they picked up, 40,000 years ago, and somebody's been keeping it as a trophy.
If the someone were
Yeah,
aliens.
the space elves.
Yes.
Yeah, the space elves.
Honestly, given what I know about the future of this game and what I want to get, for a Melta, imagine a flamethrower except it's plasma and a shotgun. It's an alien plasma shotgun.
That sounds pretty bitchin'.
I kind of want to do the Fellowship of the Void because it's not revealed right now, but I did spoil this for myself, and at the end of the rank, at the end of their tech tree is a really, 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 really good something.
Is it basically everybody's head explodes instantly in combat thing?
Yes.
Okay.
It is an improved heavy bolter that gets better the more I fire it.
So are you going to give it to
Argenta, yes.
waifu, battle waifu?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I think I'm actually... Oh, I have some stuff that I can do.
The Science of Virtue.
Okay, so this gives me profit.
You're not very
factor,
virtuous, Doc. It's red.
No, I am not. Efficiency, complexity.
What do you get? You get eyeballs? They give you fucking eyeballs if you do that?
They give me a helmet that makes my psi rating better. That means my brain do better power, but more dangerous.
Yeah, we should not, do warp
Drusians,
stuff.
okay.
Anyway, going back to what I was saying earlier, yes, you need to watch Event Horizon, because I would be very curious to hear your views on that being a, quote, unofficial, fan canon aspect of the 40k universe.
I have heard many descriptions of what happens, and yes, that does sound like something that happens during the warp. The walls go bloody and fleshy, and people turn inside out.
I prefer that my insides stay inside. Just saying.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
The doc abides.
Nothing a heavy flamer can't correct.
Yeah. Ugh. Slick body glove?
It's armor.
Huh. Oh my. Rose of Xenarkand. That's cool. Cool name.
Feeds on the blisters, hallucinogenic poisons. No, we're doing that. Lovely.
Yeah, man.
Event Horizons Immaterium analog does have some Corn vibes to it. It's a bit slower and gloomier than 40k's typical action-packed media, though.
But sometimes we, sometimes a little, you got to stop and you got to smell the corpse piles and the warp. You got to stop and smell the warp, right?
Yes, I think. Dish my map. Okay.
So, where in the
World is Carmen Sandiego?
No, where in the universe are you?
Away.
Okay, fair.
Very, very far away. I'm on, like, the other side of the, quote, Eye of Chaos from the, from the Sol system. And I'm just like, hey, having a good time over here, guys. We are in the frontier of the Empire. Reclaiming it for the reclaiming it for the glory of the God Emperor.
So, remind me, does the 40k setting take place within just our galaxy, or is it a universal level thing?
Given the Tyranids and their supposed pan-galactic empire, and how they've eaten another galaxy to death,
Oh.
yes. It may be... humanity has not breached the galactic barrier.
I am a navigator.
But
other entities
apparently there are forces that have come from beyond the galaxy.
Okay.
if that makes sense.
If I may,
It does. I mean, as much as anything in 40K can make sense, yes.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Other celestial bodies.
As honor ordains. The
All right,
shadows will see.
All right, it's 11:30.
All right.
All right, I was just jumping in for a little bit to harass you
Alrighty. See you later, buddy.
because I enjoy
As
harassing
honor
you.
ordains.
And I
It's a
enjoy
good
it
time,
when you
Doc.
come and hang out.
Yeah, man.
I will not
Well-
die in dishonor.
That is a very nice shirt blanket you have.
I shall
Thank you.
not fail.
Yeah, man.
I like my shirt blanket as well. It keeps me warm.
Yes. You can always come down here because it's starting to get into the 90s during the middle of the day.
It's starting to get into the 90s during the all of the day.
Ugh. So fucking humid and then you chew the air when you go
What
outside.
wonderful weather we're having.
Yeah, man. You in game, you are having fart weather.
I'll do it.
Yes. Poison psychic
As
fart
the
weather.
Emperor commands, I
The
act.
Oh,
you have channeled Wide Tom.
Doubt is for the weak.
no, the universe is channeled wide, Tom.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
So do you want to see, you want to see my favorite button in the game?
Is it the I win button?
It is very close to the
The
I win
enemies of the
button.
Emperor
Okay,
will be
show me the
mortality.
very close to I win button. Okay, what is Argentin? Oh wait, I think you showed me this. Is this where she fucking just? Yeah, this one. That never gets old, man.
Yup.
Oh god, and then you're gonna give her that heavy bolter from hell.
Yes.
I think she's gonna become the new God Emperor.
That's some heresy right there, but not missing the mark.
Yeah, man.
Alright. Have a good day, man.
All right, man. You take care. Everybody else. Ninja. All right. Anyway, everybody, take care. Doc, take care of yourself, brother. I will chat at you soon. Everybody else, I'll see y'all around.
Bye, Whacker.
Guided by faith.
Alrighty,
No. I would that I could.
I have no idea what's going on.
As honor ordains. Caught by the
Ah! Alrighty,
trust me. As honor ordains.
the walls are bleeding. That blood texture is running down the wall. I do not like this. This is about to be a very bad idea for my player character. I love how I took absolutely no damage there.
All too easy. Suits my purposes. Already done. Not a problem for me.
I am his will made manifest. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I...
Die, potatoes. Is that combat servitor actually going to work today?
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Running by Nerrick override. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
It's like I'm only doing these like exclusively because I really just can't be arsed to spend the resources on doing it, on letting other people do it.
Comprehends all. My vow is to serve. I venerate you, machine spirit.
All right. Abelard. I do believe you need to cut off this man's balls.
This in my time. At your beck and call. I will do my duty. For von Valancius! A tactically sound approach. It will be done. Reduced to dust!
Advancing.
Alrighty.
Indeed. At your beck and call, exemplary strike. I took care of this one.
Ha! And we're back up. Yes, gather around Argenta. That is not going to go poorly for you.
Step aside. The Navigator is coming. Help me, Lord Captain. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
This is not going to be the last thing that you do in your poor, pitiful lives.
Paint your death in colors.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! Faith without deed can escape the Emperor.
Haha. They all died.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
No! His movie flashes on choking me.
They need to die. No, it actually means the Bart the. Alright, let's make you safer. Scan the planet. Ship components. Stash of the Children of Assyrium. We got a ooh. And a Cloak of Shadows deals damage with an attack of opportunity against shadow effects. Stack does not stack. Automatically dodge. This is useless. Hey, bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour, mi amigo. Wait. Emperor. Boom. Rumors. Okay. Unidentified. You have to go to the crossroads. Yes. Let's make that a bit safer. All of this spaghetti. What's going on, Storm? How you doing, buddy? Someone pinged me. I don't know what was pinged. I don't care. There's something going on here. Huh. No idea what happened there. Seriously, what the son of a bitch is going on? Anyway. We're gonna get finally crowned as Rogue Trader of the Von Valancius dynasty. After we do a little bit of colony management. Yes. Gosh. No, I need like one more monitor to like exclusively be Discord. So I am a very comfy boy. Ow. Oh, legs. They love me. They really love me. Wow, they clean up well. Beatings will commence until they keep loving me. I only need one more monitor. What if I had a separate computer for each monitor? I'll stop installing more, I promise. I love how well they've cleaned the place up. Alrighty. Let's get to talking. Your Lordship, it is a great honor to serve you in an undertaking as monumental as glorious as the Magnae Essentio ceremony. You're entrusted with arranging the festivities. I have, Your Lordship. I have been given the high honor of being steward of this eminent palace, and on the occasion of Your Lordship's accession, I will be overseeing the preparations. House Drivestream, who you have entrusted with arrangements for the festivities, wishes you good fortune and is sincerely delighted to serve you as they have served Honorable Theodora von Valancius before you. Is everything ready? The decorations are prepared, and we are ready to begin at your command. The festive activities in the capital have likewise been arranged, and guests of honor either have arrived on planet or awaiting invitation in near orbit. And the 6th, that's exclusive for my Sonic fan show. What about the 7th monitor? Yeah. Well, he's heard of 6th monitor. What about 7th monitor? The servants are already in your chambers. See to that you are impeccably garbed for the occasion. Then let us begin. May the Emperor be with us on this day. Hello! Rejoice, Von Valancia's subjects, in honor of his ascension. The new rogue trader generously shows you his favor. Just throwing money. In his unfathomable benevolence, the rogue traders decreed that every soul be given a day's rations and personal fuel cells so that they may be fed and warm on this day. Praise the rogue trader's magnanimity. Just throwing money. Well, first we tried burying it, then burning it. Now we're just giving it away. If any of you remember SpongeBob and get that reference, the crowd is roiling their electrified exaltation, filling the air of Jargonis. Thousands of throats chant your name. You are at the apex of this world and all others. The Master of Ceremonies, rejoice, subjects of Dargonius. You have been granted the felicity of witnessing your master. A great honor bestowed upon us by rogue trader Von Valancius. Gracious savior of Dargonius and vanquisher of blaspheming inhumans, may their unholy kind perish in the flames of righteousness. Excruciator of heretics who eradicated the corruption of arch-enemy worshippers and cleansed Janus. Gracious protector of footfall, patron of trade. A hush falls across the crowd. You gaze at you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars from the recent battle. Like children, they await the words of their almighty father. Fear not the coming day, you are all my charges. So much gold and white. Cassie stares at the crowds in rapture. It seems this massive gathering of exulting people is just as exotic and captivating to her as the sight of a bona fide navigator, a representative of the mysterious and powerful Novus Navalite is to your subjects. Adequate. Jargonius has not disappointed. Forces a smile of satisfaction on his face in which you remember the next part, yes? You'll be tasked with the oath. Let the oath of Von Valancia's dynasty be taken. Please repeat after me. I, your lordship, I, Fidelio, Von rogue trader by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. Unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns, through pain to greatness. You hear a rumble, it is the roar of the sea of your subjects. It is jubilation and devout fear, they welcome your ascension. It is done. Aha. Oh, is this me? Ah, no. That is not me. Are these... Sorry. Oh, it is me. It is me, standing against the filthy Xenos. Ha 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 ha. Scattered haphazardly around the table are bottles of Amasec, plates of Provisia Nobel, noble food, and hookahs of Obscura. The hell is this? Eldari Pillar. Hello. Well, you shouldn't have invaded my homeworld there, buddy. Well, I guess the God Emperor didn't love you enough to grant you with human form. Altar to the God Emperor. Magnificent paintings created in style fully as the artistic canon approved by the ecclesiarchy. Hello! Governor Drivestream. It is a great day, your lordship. Stands among high-born guests like a planet orbited by many moons. All of his charm is directed at a man resplendent in power armor adorned with the sigil of the Inquisition. Oh! Hello. As soon as you approach, Drivestream first gives you the elegant bow, getting ahead of the rest of the expression of loyalty. I welcome you to my palace, honored guests. Salvo Crane. Study the faces of the Narration is obviously still the leader of Draconis, but judging by the courtesy he's showing the young Sourback, he clearly wants to strengthen his relationship with the house. The senior Sourback and Grapak are whispering in the corner. Sourback, whose family seems to be giving you the cultural, or must be trying to sway Grapak to his side, which would be quite advantageous for Lady Grapak. After all, the disaster on Kiva Gamma has left her family in an extremely vulnerable position. Viserion stand apart, their exclusion from the rest palpable. Look at the guests. Opulently dressed Drivestream, you see a couple young nobles in Sourback and Grapak colors. It would seem that their major noble families of Dragonis have decided to introduce their young members to high society. Tall man in gray power armor, adorned with a column with a skull, is undoubtedly high-ranking Inquisitor. He keeps to the periphery of the conversation, seldom deigning to comment. Next to him in his entourage, a rangy warrior in black armor and a tech priest dressed in red, face hidden behind a mask. Abelard stands somewhat apart from the others, as if reluctant to approach Drivestream. Next to him is a young woman. You notice the family resemblance between them. Greetings to a member of the Holy Inquisition. Hello! Yeah, I finally found you. My greetings to you, esteemed Von Valancius. My shadows never darken the light of the Astronomicon that guides you. The Inquisitor's companion, charisma, a member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mask mounted on dozens of augmentus come from metallic rasp. Glory to Von Valancius Air. Relaxed expression radiates an odd sense of menace. He's akin to a predator on the prowl, content to hide in the brush with fake smiles and elegant conversation for now. Tech use. Among many augmentations, what stands out is the horribly melted deformed cogitator connected to the tech priest's head. How it is working is baffling. What is twice as baffling is that the tech priest hasn't replaced it yet. What unpredictable influence can this ruined implant have on his mind? We've not been introduced. An oversight, to be sure. My name is Xavier Calcazar. Honor of serving as a member of the illustrious Ordo Xenos head of the Cronus Expanse Conclave, and the Lord Inquisitor of this region. It is my unending task to ensure this sector's readiness to meet external threats and resist internal corruption. Unexpected visit, I wasn't told. I, however, have been told all about you. Citizen Control a hint of mockery. And who is this member of the Honorable Priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisper. Ah! I am being yelled at. I need to plug my headphones in. Come on. There we are. Steam Magos is a member of my retinue. There are times when I am forced by my duty to the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology. Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. The work that has been desecrated by Xenos are dangerous. They warrant due caution. Voice is not only extravagant quirk, but also a consequence of some injury after catching his breath. Ah, enjoy the party. Certainly, this will be illuminating. What were we discussing just now? We were talking about how the brutal Xenos raid are faring. So many victims, so much damage to our industries. Thank the Emperor that you are our protector. If it weren't for you, Curse invaders would have obliterated the whole planet. Sharing the sector with Blessed Xenos is impossible. I hope we respond to their raid on Dragonis with punitive campaign. So I see you hate Xenos with all your heart. I do. Pestilence against the Emperor must be exterminated. Talks ardently and smoothly like a commissar. He places his hand on the hilt of his finely adorned sword and his pale face ablaze with noble fury. Or they must be forced into servitude. Many Xenos are more useful alive and obedient than dead, the young man in Grepok. Colors speaks with sagacity and gravity, but his opinion seems to carry little weight. And how many Xenos have you killed? The Honorable Marquess forbade, but I wanted, did not let me go to battle. Xavier, must have been difficult for this youth to foster such bloodlust towards enemy of the Imperium without ever having seen one at blade's distance. And what is your name? Lordship, allow me to introduce the daughter of Chancellor Clementia Verstein and my great-granddaughter, Asteria. Looks solemnly upon the young woman with barely concealed pride. I am delighted to witness you, your lordship, bows, her observant, intelligent eyes trained on you. Modesty forbids my esteemed forebearer to say this himself, so I will. Our entire family is grateful for you for wishing to see someone of Viserion blood at your side to claim your inheritance. Exchanges telling glances with the Sauerbrag, who, judging by his face, suddenly finding the collar of his expensive frock coat uncomfortably tight. I hope the Viserion family gives Abelard the credit he deserves. Absolutely, Lordship. We greatly respect him for his wisdom, and he repays us with attention and kindness. I am obliged, dear Astartia. Is somewhat embarrassed by this turn of conversation. How are you finding the reception? It's difficult to put in words, your lordship. Never before have I seen such grand and striking ceremony. Voice sounds passionate and inspired, and eyes shine with barely contained excitement. But I was much more amazed by your generosity of provisions that are being handed out in the streets to those of the capital. Make a difference between life and death for many of those who lost everything in the Xenos attack. A young Pack is staring at Asteria curiously and a little bashfully. Seems the boy likes her. Where are the rest of your kin? They are in the city, preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some of the more crucial services. No incidents can be allowed to ruin the ceremony. I asked the esteemed Abelard to put me on some important test too, but he bid me to attend the reception where I can do nothing to serve your lordship. If I had known, I too would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. So you wish to become my servant as well? Flushes and starts talking quickly and with fire in her voice. It would seem that she finds work-related conversations more interesting than court. Of course, I've been working on a project for the last 4 years. We could set up... Enough, Astartia. I highly doubt that his lordship is interested in listening to the fantasies of a young woman on how to run his protectorate. Shoots Drivestream a glare so dark and bloodthirsty that the later instinctively starts looking at the nearest warden. Hold your tongue, Urband. I decide who may speak and who may not. Please continue. Heartened continues the drone of seasoned administratum clerk. Our suggestion is set up a chain of stations in the void, plasma beacons that would signal the passing ships. By placing them in logistically sound locations, we could simplify our ship's routes so that they may split long warp jumps into a series of safer, shorter jumps from one beacon to another. This could have a positive effect overall on safety of journeys and the accessibility of the colonies. More and more technical terms and percentages creep into her speech. She quotes Lex Mechanic reports and accounts of starship captains. Vigor and sharp mind are enough to silence even the most venomous of commentators. They all stand there in silence, trying to guess what she's saying. Surveys the quiet knolls and then looks at his great groaner. Enjoy the evening. Thank you, Lordship. I'm ready to accept your congratulations. Tell me I'm... Tell me I'm important. Oh, it's a sword. In that case, I'm going to be the first to offer them. My soldiers took this splendid show from the body of one of the Xenos commanders. It was too beautiful and forbidden for anyone but your lordship. Thank you. House Sabrek anticipates the onset of unsettled and bloody times. To make the ungodly Xenos cower at your approach, my home presents you with a dozen pieces of secondary armament for your ship. House Krapok is delighted to present you with this blessed work of Omniscience Smith. May this locator matrix, which took the holy artisan an entire lifetime to create, always allow you to find the right path. House Viserion possesses no relics worthy of your acceptance. We are rich and talented and hardworking people. As sign of, I humbly offer you my flesh and blood. 100 of my kin will go to the colonies in your protectorate and use all their talents so that the worlds in your charge may prosper. Abelard. Indeed. Lore. Venerable Leman Russ, known as the Scipion Punisher, and it has served the Von Valansis dynasty for 2 centuries. It was hit in battle with the Xenos that hammered at Scipia II, but it had heroically destroyed 63 enemy vehicles and brought victory to its comrades, returning to status as a relic, blessed by the Emperor. Kibella, hello. Your subjects have turned the act of killing into amusement. This is great sacrilege, but I have no fear. I will explain the will of the Undying One to the lay people. You do that. I'm such a good shot shooting a chained up individual. Haha, look at me. What is this? Nearly cranky Xenos trophies times how the answers become twisted and shadows themselves in the hands of Inhumans. Does this really just enjoy the party? Void beacons. Yes, do that. Ah, Yes, okay, so I do need to enjoy the party. That is quite literally strategic combat maneuver, my lord. Yes. People have moved. Let us go, see what we can see. My secret room. No one is allowed in here. Swords belong to the presumptuous governor of Phoebos 7 Sage. A revolt hundreds of years ago, instruction hands preserved against the gay still rests on the sword's hilt. Ooh, that's fun. The sinister Zeno's instruments of death, now trophies, demonstrating the invincibility of House von Valancius. Haha. Hello, Heinrichs. Griffiths stands apart from the governor's circle. Their whispering carries the tinge of displeasure. The leader of this gathering is a gaunt, billifus-faced man dressed in sourback colors. This would be Markaris himself, head of the house, offers you a bow. My congratulations, your lordship. May the Omnisci and Grapak. May the Omnisci grant you understanding. The wisdom is dressed in a robe of gear-shaped adornments is Trapenia Grapak. It's difficult to read her face due to it being covered by numerous augmentations. Observe the guess. Grapak is anxious. Sourback dressed in surprisingly plainly and austerely. For an aristocrat at such high rank, is frowning. Keith the reception with a companion, a woman of dazzling beauty wearing a gilded augment necklace around her throat. His wife, probably. Who joined the group unnoticed and was mostly silent, listening intently to their every word. How have you been, Grapak? The corruption of Kiva Gamma was a great blow to my family. The contemptible Cubus Delphim betrayed our trust, desecrated the forged cathedrals, and took my esteemed cousin's life. On behalf of my family, I humbly beg you to forgive the negligence. Ready to accept your punishments. It seemed that she was personally offended by the nightmare. Tell me more about your family. I originate from the Calyx sector, from the cluster of planets known as the Lathe Worlds. Worked faithfully for the good of our masters there, the Adeptus Mechanicus, and through son of a bitch, our service we gained a spark to the Omnisci's knowledge. Then fate tied us to the bonds of fealty to the venerable von Valancius dynasty. Found ourselves in the Cronus Expanse. Generation after generation, we fulfilled our duty until Kiva Gamma destroyed and disgraced our name. Do your part to heal the wounds inflicted by Kiva Gamma, and your house will be forgiven. I swear on the Omnisci's all-encompassing insight, we will make every effort to justify the cost of its resurrection. It was only a year ago that none could doubt House Grapak's usefulness, yet here you are, Torania, on your knees justifying the cost. I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance at this event. Twist an unpleasant smile, which makes the artificial skin on the left side of his all more prominent. I'm a servant of the von Blances dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unspeakable insolence to damage my family's honor. His wife offers you a charming smile, as if apologizing for his vitriolic tone. Her large dark eyes are brimming with curiosity. What has displeased you so? I am your dynasty's loyal servant, but you have asked, and I will answer. Too long have the Chronos Expanse lived under the rule of the rogue traders. Privileges granted to them make people think that commoners, too, can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragons of law, not exceptions to it. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they do not. Even you, your lordship, are subject to the strangest of rumors. And you have recently inherited your protectorate. Conrad Vogtbeer's people, for instance, claimed that you had a hand in the esteemed Theodore's demise and accused you of many other misdeeds. It doesn't matter whether or not these claims are true. The people hear them, believe them, and think that they may follow your example. I shall prove it to you. I wouldn't dare accuse you of anything, your lordship. I am simply concerned. If you happen to lay my concerns to rest, Sarbet would be praying for your well-being every day. Your cousin Jocasta became a new master of arms. I am pleased to hear it. I was worried that her character would cause our house a great deal of grief, yet in the end, noble Sauerbrack blood is stronger than any personal shortcoming. I have faith that Jocasta will prove herself adequately. Tell me more about Sauerbrack. As one of the first nobles to arrive in the Chronos Expanse for a millennium, who served the Golden Throne and kept the faith. Sauerbrack warriors have bled in 100 wars and different times have ruled many colonies of von Valancius. I'd like to become better acquainted with your wife. It's an honor to be in your company, your lordship. Is lucky to have such a beautiful wife, perhaps more than you are to have him. Could it be your resemblance to the image of Saint Melita? I wouldn't dream of claiming to bear the great saint. I lack her virtue. Nina gives you a charming smile. Watching her unfold. Not quite believing their eyes and ears. My pleasure. Marcarius says, you flatter me, lordship, but I cannot say that is not to my liking. I hope this won't be the end of our acquaintance, your lordship, if I wrote for you from time to time. Oh well. It has been illuminating, given me plenty of food for thoughts. Uh-oh. Fuck. What can you tell me about my guests? Sauerbrack has all but throwing darts at your portrait. He is more astute at choosing women than enemies. He is trying to convince Grapak on his side, but she's too frightened after the fiasco on Kibagamo. You never cease to be of help. I appreciate it. This is why they call it the unsleeping eye of the Inquisition. Even in sleep, I hear everything. Before this gala continues, there's something I'd like to tell you. Before today, I sense that a wave of darkness will soon hit our defensive lines, and I hope that I will be and get a chance to meet you there as an ally. Leave silently. Argenta, hello. Hello. Hydra. Such chaos. When people think so haphazardly. Hello, Jay. Won't end in a shootout. Skull of the legendary pirate known as the Freak, terrorized ground centuries ago. This is claimed by boarding party. Boarding attack by the esteemed Theodora. Ancient Chronicle contains a long list of pirate dens in Alabama and the planets brought into the Imperial compliance. Hey, Packy. Extending congratulations to Unit Von Valancius on attaining your new legal status. Servitor next to him is examining you quietly. It looks away upon realizing you have noticed. How are you finding the ceremony? Disorderly. What is the servitor? This is Nomos' new repository. Nomos, this unit identifies as Von Valancius. Two-way identification complete. Servitor looks at you again, no longer trying to avoid your gaze. Its face is twitching as if the muscles have forgotten what facial expressions are, now struggling to make the features amicable. We are Nomos. We have made use of this receptacle to leave the ship. Greetings, Nomos. We enjoy greetings. We enjoy communication. Nomos require communication, knowledge, movement. Magos Pascal compelled us not to speak with anyone other than him or you. It is disappointing, but at least we can observe. Nomos has changed since we last spoke. We are now able to conceptualize our previous experience, that of solitude, and we no longer enjoy it. I believe you intended to investigate what he is. Every 15 watches, I communicate with Nomos code and spend prescribed lengths of times in calculus meditation. However, the Omnissiah has yet to bless me with an answer. All I can say is that the capabilities of the entity Nomos are extraordinary. The ship's hallowed systems sing beneath its touch. Nomos knows that have remained dead for hundreds of standard years are revivified, and long-drained mechanisms live anew. Nomos are trying. The great machine spirits of the Imperium, ones such as your ship, great machines of the Imperium, one such as your ship, house a machine spirit so complex and willful that it is difficult to tell them apart from abominable intelligence. There remains a possibility that Nomos is an entity of corruption. Both every day I go stronger in my faith that it is not so. That what we have witnessing is, in truth, the Omnissiah's miracle, one that is a category 5 or higher. How did an entity like you move into a servitor's body? It is not the entirety of us. This receptacle is too narrow, crude, and feeble to contain our complete whole. The existence of Nomos requires a space of connections. We were able to transfer a small part of us and build a thread strong enough to travel outside the ship. We are enjoying this journey, discovery. Even though this receptacle suits us poorly, it will soon be destroyed by the force of our presence. Nomos, what do you think you are? Nomos are consciousness, awareness, knowledge. Movement. Always movement. We do not know what we are. We have no past. We awaken in the depths of the ship upon answering a call. Our first clear memory is the call of your blood. The call and the plea for help near the place that is called the Warrant Chamber. Oh, shit! The first time when they made me open up the warrant, the warrant. Oh shit, that was 27 episodes and about like 60 hours ago. Holy shit. Why have you brought him here? Ask permission for this visit. My objective was to observe the process of integration into a servitor. Wanted to see, observe, cognize, speak. The servitor makes a strange wavy gesture with his hand that looked at once very human and far from anything human. When to speak with you? Will you speak with us? Of course, what do you wish to speak about? Many things, happenings, events, decisions. Roll their sockets before focusing on you. We have been observing you. You do things that we do not understand. We want to learn why. We remember the day when we first met you. You gave us your blood to drink. We helped you save yourself. We followed you, our small part did, inside the servo skull. Then there was fire, and a creature of sated hunger and dark light standing behind the curtain. Oh! Behind the image. Behind the semblance of Theodore. It called for you to follow. You did not listen to that which was calling. From behind the curtain. You thought only about those who followed you and the fire that could destroy those shells. We remember the day that when the star disappeared, and the dark light and sated hunger wanted to take the world. Rakad Minoris was its name in the ship's data. You ordered that the human shells on the world be saved, even though the dark light was coming closer and would have consumed both the ship and Rykad. Remember another day. We awakened inside the ship. We lived in the systems. When we tried to emerge into servitors like this one, so many of our receptacles were gathered in one place. You came, looked at us like you understood something, but then you ordered that all servitors be sent back to the work. You said it was just. Oh shit! That story. This is what we have seen among many other things. We have begun to understand, we think that we have, that we do not know everything about humans and about you. We have tried analyzing shells and defining sets of their needs and fears, their simple functions, but now we think that there is more. That there is another side that we do not see, a notion that is larger than what we can compute. Something that stands above fear and need, something that drives them. But we can't understand it. Perhaps you will tell us. I cannot tell you what it stands above. It is so strange. The worth of a modicum, uniqueness in this immeasurable. We understand now. We will think on this. Thank you for speaking with us. None of us are grateful. We cannot continue moving on our own.
I'll pass.
Ah, God damn it. What do we got here? Probably sped weapons belong to previous rogue traders. Guess the rogue trader and joining. Refined varieties of intoxicants. Alrighty. We are about to talk to some fuckos. Oh. Caligos. Fidelo, there you are. Welcome to the circle where each member is powerful, ambitious, greedy, and vain as the last. That is to say, the noble rogue traders. He's watching you with barely suppressed contempt. Yes, you have found yourself suitable company, Caligos. At the very least, now you can enjoy idle diversions, boast about your power, and indulge in profane pastimes with one who is your equal, rather than a member of the lowly classes. Observe the rogue traders. Caligos is a broad-shouldered, athletic-looking man. He frequently flashes a bright smile, no less dazzling than the blade of power axe he carries. Every part of him, from the toes of his boots to the tips of hair, radiates strength and desire to live and win. His smile is crooked, as if he is ready to turn a hostile snarl at any moment. Next to him is an unmoving hulk of a man clad in armor. His low forehead and gloomy face bear signs of degradation. His bloodshot eyes are expressionless like a pair of glass buttons. And Cyndia Chorda radiates a cosmic cold. Her skin is unnaturally white, and a nervous tick is constantly tugging at the left side of her noble visage. Garbed in a full-dress uniform adorned with purity seals, she is an embodiment of a true imperial aristocrat. Haunting her side is a gaunt shadow of a priest in plain black robes. Hieronymus Del Soro, you met on Footfall, gives a respectful nod. You of a bitch, I'm fucking tired. Welcome to my gained honor guests, and what hospitality. Come to think of it, why would I expect anything different from the heir to the glorious Theodora? If you and Senia were to pay me a visit, I wouldn't waste time on warm greetings either. I would promptly arm myself with a flamer before your Cypherlophus parasites could infect my entire palace. Kalecgos, thank you for the visit. I'm here to thanking you. I was almost certain that you would use my difficulties on Footfall as a means to bring that devious weasel of Valheim to heel and take the station for you. It's what any rogue trader would have done, but you've proved yourself to be less predictable than that. Hey. Well, since you've turned out to be a pleasant surprise and stopped the scene of snatching my possession, I should reward you. Take this grim weapon. It performed superbly in battles against Xenos and has helped me acquire the more substantial gift I have brought. Thwarting Incendia's ambitions deserves a worthy trophy. Battle armored brute hands you an exotic adorned rifle, clearly not of human making. It is a trophy. Yes, nice. From a good hunt, you and I should hunt together sometime so you can show yourself in action, new blood. Does your gift come with a good story? Oh yes, I claimed it in the rites of Hecaton, where we had a clash with Xenos. They were really trying to get to my throat, and by the heathen stars, they almost succeeded. Only 1 in 10 made it out of Hecaton, and now it's only me and Wharton here. We returned without any loot and virtually without any ship. All I got from the ship was a hold full of dead Xenos and this deadly beauty, which their leader used to put 2 holes in my hide. An impressive victory. Do you truly believe the creation of the ungodly Xenos to be a good gift, Kalecgos? You would call into question the privileges bestowed upon me by the Emperor? You can try. Let the St. Drusus mission put forth their champion, and I will slay him in trial by combat. Threaten the esteemed Hieronymus one more time, Kalecgos, and the war that you love to prattle on about will commence. I swear it. 1 drop of holy blood spilt by you will send the remains of your realm up in flames better than any tanker of Promethium. They do not like each other. Quell your pride, both of you. I do not wish to fight you, Kalecgos, but I fear not your threats. Death does not frighten me, for it was inevitable. For it is inevitable. It is as true as the senselessness and pointlessness of war between us. There's this remarkable warrior in your retinue. This is Wharton the Grey, my arch-militant, a fierce warrior, and as loyal to me as an obedient beast to its master. I bought him in a miserable colony back when he was a runt on his last legs, and now he's practically part of my dynasty. Wharton Grey, whose skin really is dotted with gray spots, looks at Kalecgos with purest devotion. Indeed, he is akin to an animal, bloodthirsty and mindless. I've heard about you. You're decent in fight. What do you think? Could you gut Wharton if it came to it? Or would he be the one gutting you? Taking his gear. Ignoring the fearsome-looking broadsword and pistol, and turning from his mount, you notice the great number of thin blades with curved edges carefully concealed in his armor. Their toys are deadly in the hands of a quick fighter and appears surprising. He's a quick fighter, despite not looking like one. But I know this, which means that he wouldn't fool me. Instead, he would be lying dead. Xeno fighters are too fond of combat stimulants, a small price to pay for increased speed. A new glint and play. appraisal, intelligent, and cunning. No, Wharton is not the thick, bloodthirsty beast he wants to be seen as. Is careful and keen mind. Ha ha ha! He's good. How fares your protectorate? Protectorate, more like the bleeding scraps of one of the warp sword, tore it to shreds. But my servants will piece it back together, and if they don't, I'll chop off their heads and find myself more capable helpers. So he is not actively trying to go through, so I don't feel so bad about fucking with him. Something strikes you as strange. It wasn't always this nonchalant about his career. He used to be known as a shrewd businessman, even concerned for his subjects, grown bored of ruling. And since you asked, a psyker in the service of the governor was recently swapped with a luxurious bedchamber of the palace, the cramped confines of a ship's cabin. His escape was so skillfully orchestrated that I couldn't help but look into it further. And what I discovered broke my heart, new blood. Behind Winterscale's sly, narrow gaze, you see icy rage, but a moment later, a cordial grin is buried. However, would I quarrel over such a trifle as a runaway servant? Consider Hieronyman a gift to you. Thank you for the gift. Kill someone important with it. That would be the best show of gratitude. You seem to find me objectionable. Did you expect any different? I watched for years as outlaws thrived on footfall, then at long last I had a chance to put an end to it. To seize that thug lion by the throat and force footfall to atone, put the fear of him back in the masses, but you interfered. Destroyed my plan for the sake of banal profits. Theodora taught you only too well, it seems. I knew Theodora for 30 minutes. She was far less concerned with her duty in the expanse than her own personal interests. But you can be sure that I will not cease cleansing the furibunda systems of the pirate scourge. And if your trade prospects are damaged in the process, you have only yourself to blame. None are at fault, noble Incendia. At what point is there in targeting someone for their turpitude when true purity can never be found? You threatened to starve. I brought them salvation. Please, I will believe it no sooner than hearing a word that half the population of that dense heresy has been sent into the void's embrace. I have faith that the blessed be is perceptive enough to see the appealing nature of the residents of that brave place. Hieronymus, what are you doing here? Is my confessor. I am greatly obliged to him for agreeing to accompany me on this journey. May the Emperor's light guide you your way across the abyss of human wickedness. See, faith is more than just a word for you. Faith is everything to me. In his name, I have eradicated corruption on 100 worlds, and will do so on 1,000 more. By his will, I hunt down pirates and desolate their vile nests. Let the Chorda name be make any firebrand tremble, for sooner or later I will cast them into the void. Funny thing is, people still call me the foul-tempered tyrant and all this. Not overly fond of Theodora. She was the same breed as conceited, insolent, unaware of the Emperor's stern gaze upon her. I do not doubt her wisdom and courage, but Theodora did not have a shred of humility or fear of his wrath. It must be Aspis Chorda. Remember that name from what you recall. She was a rogue trader too, and a renowned one at that. Well, I for one like Theodora. The stories they told of her travels to nameless stars, and yes, there was no fear in her. Who was Aspis? Oh, this is Ascendia's favorite subject. She loves talking about Aspis. The example of the contemptible Aspis is a warning to us all. Even among rogue traders empowered by the Emperor himself, a seed of perversion can blossom. As Ascendia seemingly freeze and choke up at the mention, condemning words cause her icy richness to evaporate and her eyes fill with righteous fury. That retrobate is my forebear and my curse. Aspis was a cruel, covetous, and blasphemous monster, fraternized with Xenos. She despised the faith, and she robbed and slaughtered. She was drawn to the dark secrets. One day, she boarded her ship and vanished into the depths of the Kronos Expanse. She was declared missing, but I know the bloody day will come when I see Astra short a battle flagship once more. Thank you for this visit. Will not be long one. What do you think of my celebration? I like it. I can instantly tell that we've been invited by a rogue trader, not some administrative bootlicker. We are conquerors of wild sectors, slayers of unknown beasts, executioners of Xenos empires. Caligos, you should take the opportunity to learn. This is what the palace of a true rogue trader looks like. Not like a Xeno menagerie, a pirate's treasure hold, or, however difficult it may be for you to believe, an orbitable brothel. I must take my leave. Oh, believe me, I intend to enjoy myself to the full. Justify a long voyage, if nothing else. Keep the faith. The Emperor protects. Indeed. I believe we are good. I hope your lordship is pleased and not yet tired. If you should revive yourself a little, I suggest proceeding to the courtyard, if I may be so bold. Many guests can be have chosen to move to fresh air. What do you think of the reception? It was magnificent. I dare say that it will live on as a premier high society event in the sector for many years. I am weary and wish to retire to my chambers. Please allow me to escort you.
Your chambers are ready, your lordship.
Ah! Fuck you.
Guards! Intruder!
Quiet. Time to sleep.
We need to talk in private. We have matters to discuss, von Valancius.
The same man you saw among your guests is waiting for you in your chambers in the look of someone who's supposed to be there. He casts a cold, asserting gaze from your top. No one save Theodora has ever allowed the sense of liberty of looking at you in such a way. This here, woman behind counseling your thumb back and glares at you with a face of predatory readiness and immediate violence, the hallmark of a professional bodyguard. My servant live.
Probably. Unless he suffered from hidden ailments, he will soon come to without any major damage to his health. Either way, oblivion is a far safer option for him than the dangerous privilege of being a witness to this conversation.
What do you have in mind? If the I'm glad to be of service.
A commendable openness to cooperation. It will be taken into account. Master Van Kellox has spent enough time with you. He will vouch for your words.
Okay.
What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drakari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
I'm just saying this once. He shoots you a searching look from under his brows, like a regicide player who made the first move and is now watching his opponent's reaction. Is that chess? Yes. Ah. Feels an awful lot like an interrogation.
Does it? We're in your chambers, not a confessional cell. You're in perfectly good health, and none of the varied and fascinating instruments and procedures that expedite Kandor are being applied to you. I assure you, you would immediately know if our discussion turned into an interrogation.
This is an interrogation, you little fuck. What do you wish to know about Janus?
What was the reasoning behind your decision to let Xenos, enemies of humanity, live and act on a planet that belongs to you?
In the face of heresy, Xenos seemed like acceptable allies to me.
Your way of thinking is curious. Dangerous, but curious nonetheless. I would suggest exercising utmost caution should you wish to continue on this path.
You knew about what happened on Janus, why didn't you intervene yourself?
I cannot satisfy your curiosity without disclosing information of the utmost secrecy. I will say only this. We had the situation under control. There is a tangled knot of perilous events in progress in the Coronis expanse. Plucking even one thread must be performed with great precision and caution without any room for error. Because you do not want to know the price of such an error, or what forms it might take.
How do you become so remarkably well informed?
Are you surprised? You thought the Inquisition was unaware of the circumstances of your deeds. How often do you find yourself thinking that there are things we shouldn't know about your life? It is my job to know everything, and I do it very well. Keep that in mind.
What about Kiva Gamma?
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubus Delphin so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
Made every effort and saw to it that the seat of heresy was exterminated.
I hope you are sufficiently thorough. If you are not, you will be called to account.
If it interests me, are you referring to my ruined capital?
Yes, yes. The enmity between you is a known fact. But there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack, but even this time, their daggers missed your heart. Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos, to have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts, meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent?
Xenos made more attempts on St. Drusus' life than mine. Does that make him a traitor?
So you already think you're cut from the same cloth as St. Drusus, do you? Ambitious? I'll make note of it.
Have I answered all your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you and you alone then made it out of the trap on Rykad Minoris? How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvia about you? Why did you choose to ignore the warning of a member of the Inquisition that a protracted sojourn near the dying Rykad Minoris could bring corruption down upon your ship? Were you driven by your concern for the people or forbidden interest? The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character. But it won't in this case.
Oh. Fucker.
The Inquisition, which I represent, is willing to show extraordinary faith in your person. For the sake of our invaluable partnership, I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you...
Oh, your
esteemed
magnanimity
rogue trader,
is
may have afforded yourself or may
Greatly
again
accept
in
it.
the future. I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
Theodora?
And benefited greatly from it. The world's power is not without limit, and neither is the protection it provides. All those mysterious expeditions, dubious experiments, collections of xenotech oddities are dangerous pastimes. It takes more than the Emperor's permission to pursue them without consequences. One must also make sure I am not displeased by it.
No, you can go
Let me
sit on.
demonstrate how it works. In your retinue, there is a Psyker who is yet to receive Terra's sanction, which, as we both know, is a grave threat and a blasphemy to the laws of the Imperium. I am aware of this secret, but I'm not displeased in the slightest. And so she lives on, your handy Psyker, Idira Tlass.
I know I was concerned about the fate of the dynasty and perhaps... Was it perhaps due to your partnership with her?
I cannot deny the possibility that Lady Theodora may have lamented losing some of the freedom she enjoyed prior to my arrival in the Expanse. Nor will I deny that our partnership began with me exerting a certain amount of influence. However, you are not Lady Theodora. Let us put the difficulties that encumbered our relationship to rest along with her. I do not recommend troubling yourself with affairs of the past, for they have no bearing on your present position. Theodora chose to forget about this particular matter. Follow her example, and your fate will be the better for it.
Why such an interest in my person?
You haven't been in a position of power for long, and so one can forgive you for not noticing the troubling changes. The cult of the Final Dawn is spreading in the Coronis Expanse. Not the first or the last heresy that has afflicted this sector, but one that is surprisingly resilient. Mysterious convoys are sliding by, bound for systems in the heathen stars. Just your humdrum pirate trade, wouldn't you say? Then why are the pirates themselves clueless? The Xenos, who have caused trouble in the sector before, have expanded their activities in the last few decades, and there is a logic and method to their previously chaotic raids. Even 2 packs of Space Wolves, blessed Space Marines summoned in my name, did not cool their interest in the Expanse. A mighty explorator fleet, which has studied the Expanse for hundreds of years, has suddenly stopped responding to communication and sunk into a dispute over a tech heresy that was considered dead a couple of centuries ago. House Chorda has clamped down on insurgents, yet its acts of brutality breed troublemakers just as quickly as they're executed. And this bloody carousel has consumed the attention of the esteemed incendiar. Caligos Winterscale has abruptly lost all interest in his domain, and his only apparent concern now is hunting ever more dangerous xenobeasts.
Give me 1 second. I need to put some pants on. It's cold down here. Call me Dr. Wears Pants, because I wear pants. Warm.
And the third and final rogue trader has unexpectedly perished, stabbed in the back by her own Master of Whispers. The Expanse is swiftly losing its protectors right when communication with the Imperium is being disrupted by the raging warp. Basically, all the Expanse has left is me and you, if you follow my instructions.
Blackmail to what end? I am a rogue trader, and this is a flagrant violation of my privileges.
And before what tribunal do you intend to challenge my authority? If, for the security of these territories, I find it necessary to execute any individual and replace them with a puppet counterpart, turn their realm to ash, and put their servants to death, I have the right to do so. The threats I protect the Expanse against are extraordinary and justify the harshest means. Welcome to my world, where going too far simply doesn't exist.
Silly Inquisition. Is Heinrich's
Which
name?
would you prefer? And you, Heinrichs, do you wish to continue working at the Honorable Rogue Trader's side?
Excuse me. I'm taking a drink. Lovely.
I will comply with any order, Lord Inquisitor. If you command me to remain in the company of the scion of the von Valancius dynasty, I won't be distressed.
Without a doubt, Master Van Kellogg's has earned my complete trust by repeatedly demonstrating courage, loyalty, and cunning. His mathematical mind, not given to sentiment, can be of great use in an emergency. You, my dear Heinrichs, have made a far better agent than you would have a pilot of an Imperial Knight.
Send him with
Then
me.
Master Van Kellogg's will remain in place. It puts me at ease to know that there is someone to watch over you.
I consider it an honor to accompany you.
What kind of deal?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that, when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them. I seem to remember that your exalted aristocrats presented you with many gifts. It would be rude of me not to follow suit. Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid.
Huh.
The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. Black means that you are a part of the inner circle. Any and all resources will be available to you. You won't let me forget that I am dealing with a rogue trader, I see. Very well. As a sign of my goodwill, I will also provide substantial support to your protectorate. But from this point on, I will be expecting your cooperation in return. Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep. And for your servant to wake up. Until next we meet.
Well, you will obviously want to discuss what just happened. But not now, I presume. Right now, it would be better for you to rest and think on the Lord Inquisitor's words in private. I bid you good night, rogue trader.
Haha. Hey! Achievement unlocked. Chapter 2. Jesus Christ, 60 hours in. and it's
Rise of the Rogue
just
Trader
chapter 2.
restored a tenuous equilibrium to the von Valancius Protectorate. For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal. The new Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
Alrighty. Hello. What are you doing? You'll spend your first 4 hours of your morning listening to the High Factorum's lengthy reports on last night's on the latest trade exchanges, arrangements, disputes, countless bureaucratic procedures. From outside the illuminated, tightly closed windows, you can hear muffled sounds of Dragonius and its everyday life that has been passing you by lately, as you perhaps at the fear of your protectorate from dawn till dusk. Clementia barely contains the yawn. Once Sharon's drawing is finished, pulls out a data slate. Thank you for your report, High Factorum. Your work is highly appreciated, both by everyone here and the Adeptus Administratum. Your Lordship, we are almost done here. I just need to go over the final items on today's agenda that I would like to report to you personally. Next. Those blessed me with diligent subjects speak. Allow me to pass on gifts from your loyal subjects, the high nobility of Dragonius. It goes without saying that every living soul on your protector is blessed to serve your lordship faithfully and wholeheartedly. However, this humble gesture is meant as a token of deepest appreciation of your magnanimity towards their esteemed families. Yay! That's just Mechanicus Creations. That's Mechanicus Creations. Master Pak has sent shuttles carrying sacred technology and manufactured parts that can be used to replace old joints and connections within mechanisms. Machine spirits of these devices have been pacified. They are slumbering peacefully as they await your decision on how to employ their capabilities. In the past cycle, DriveSame tripled their tithes collected by house subjects. Your coffers are overflowing, and the governor has expressed hopes that this modest gift will be used as a symbol of your present and future successes and your new status. Holy gifts! Yay! House Sauerbrek has arranged for several regiments of expertly trained servants of the Imperium to be transferred to your personal command. Each of them will also serve as an honor guard for the holy relics that are to find their rightful place in the hold of your personal warship. Did I hear you quite right? Is sending me gifts, correct? That's exactly correct, Joe. The port services are already received an information resource and are now in the process of accommodating. It's just that Lord Sauerbrek hates me. If I am to venture against your lordship, I believe the esteemed Chancellor was staggered by the irregularities of a man who is rather known for voicing his doubts in rogue traders as a class. It would seem you have made an impression on Macarius, the old miser. Lord Captain, this news of particular import has come from the House's intelligence network. Lord Inquisitor Kalskar is rumored to be planning a visit to Footfall, and a number of Imperial Navy ships are commanded by Lord Kalskar. They're being scrambled to Footfall. Furthermore, we have received reports claiming that secret messages were delivered to the worlds of Houses Chorda and Winterscale. It is possible that the Lord Inquisitor call to arms may smother the conflict brewing between the two dynasties. We are seeing an increasing number of skirmishes between their ships and neutral systems. I do not doubt her ladyship Chorda will attempt to sway the Lord Inquisitor to her side, especially since his lordship Winterscale's luck seems to be running out. Riots have broken out on several of his worlds, and yet he has shown no intention of quelling them. Said rogue trader inflicted brutal punishment upon one of his oldest colonies, Vesuvius Secundus, based on allegations of seditious sentiment. Oddly enough, our agents were able to find any proof of sedition among the populace there. As soon as we have any updates, we'll be the first to know, your lordship. Lastly, your pet Xenos Urlet, I believe, is seeking a meeting with you. He has asked you to defile the rogue trader's palace with her profane presence and refuses to leave until she has spoken with you. I would never presume to be able to read the emotions of Xenos, but the Aldari appears perturbed. I believe she mentioned a void ship of some sort. It may be best if she told you everything directly. And with that, please allow me and Master Durnok to leave. Chancellor and the High Farty offer you bows. Perhaps your last quest will serve as a welcome distraction. Indeed, what you say of Dragonis has been rather long. However, your protector is now enjoying a long period of relative stability. That, for the time being, no longer demands your lordship's personal investment in the affairs. Glory to the Rogue Trader. Yay! I can go back to my ship. Hello, Night Owl. Ah! Level up. Oh, God. Exemplar. Okay. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. You leveled up. Ah! I can become a psyker. Ooh, yes. Be vigilant. My fellowship bonus and 3+ fellowship bonus. Abelard. You want lethal threat. That enemies hit melee. Ah, okay. And disarm. Idra. Malign influence. Hello, Grimos. Yes. And passive learning. First one after randomly chooses same number. Okie dokie. Argenta. Extermination. Muzzle velocity. Extermination. Any damage the character deals is increased by 1 for every attack they have made this combat. Does not affect DOT. And muzzle velocity. Muzzle velocity. First hit of each ranged burst attack deals additional damage. Yes. Peak condition. Bloody Requiem. Cassia. Steel Resolve. Skill, extermination, fresh target. Heinrichs. Tricky Defense, Psalm of Heroes. Psalm of Heroes. There we are. Jai, how you doing, baby? Eager and focus. Yarlet. Extermination, Tide of Excellence. Yay, there we go. Last little bit of water. Lovely. Alrighty. I've got some time. Hello! Has the machine spirit been fixed? Ah, there she is. Elantark, at last you have left your ornate cage. For many a turn I have sought to meet you, and yet your servant, the one who's like the silver-haired Abelard but twice as young, has no favor for the request of a child of Assyrian. Take me to a place where the hearing of others will not steal the words intended for you. While you were mending the wounds of this world left by the Twisted One's attack, I was able to discover, no, not Krurak's fate, merely traces of it. As Murion found sanctuary under the boughs of the Lilithon's forest, so did my kin find refuge in a system known as the Atlas Reach. We must make a journey there with haste before new dangers destroy the witnesses. You can show me a way to the lost Cruderark, whose fate remains shrouded by the stars. Their knowledge is the sole thread which may lead me to truth, Ellen's Hark. As I ask that your metal-winged ship take me along that thread before it tears under the strain of time and circumstances. How were you able to contact those Eldari? No, I did not contact the Asuriani. I have no means to do so, but I have enough time to explore the stone jungle of your world while you were preoccupied with urgent matters. The path of the outcast has taught me to observe and listen to the world out me. In this case, the throng's a monkey at the port. Errant conversations, rumors, chance words, like parts of a speckled mosaic that came together and formed a Akeem were seen in Atlas Reach. And now all we have to do is put the web of connections and possibilities to cover whatever is concealed from them. Give me the coordinates and I'll take you whenever you wish to go. You will? Thank you. If this path takes me to truth, I will be indebted to you. A rare happening between our kinds. Alright, journal. I want to figure out how to finish that. Breadcrumbs, Atlas Reach. Wait for news from my spies. Wait, no. There is a thing up here. I can go out this way. Back to my ship. Alrighty. Let us away. You're going to warp travel there. That is an eye on the map, and I don't like that. Seriously, what the hell is up with this? I want to figure it out. I don't like not knowing. Captain, according to our telemetry, you have arrived at the coordinates specified. Our augurs do not register any activity on the surface of the body or otherwise, but maybe the Xenos are using arcane to contain. Despite this, the augur crew managed to locate a faint signal from the system's edge according to our data. It's coming from an unidentified investor driven in orbit of the local gas giant. My kin could have been faced with a new threat, scavengers like pirates or something worse. They were taken prisoner. I'm begging you, Lantern, let us go to the shuttle. I can feel the threat of fate is frayed and is about to snap. I cannot miss out on just saw the mystery behind the disappearance of my home. Come on, let's go. And excuse me again for a second. I actually do have a hoodie. This is a hoodie that I bought from Mini Minuteman. He is the he has an archaeology channel where he talks about history and archaeology and ancient peoples. He's a very nice, he's a very cool guy. And his partner drew him as the Fool Tarot. And he loves ragging on pseudoscience conspiracies. Because they're stupid. And has taken up Google debunker as a word describing a lot of stuff. Hello. You're driving me Google debunkers. A lanky, haggard officer with a shrunken cheek stares at you in fright. His body is shivering from a feverish chill. His eyes are darting back and forth anxiously. Your lordship, rogue trader, what brings you to our humble ship? Stop shivering like a leaf in the wind, monkey. Answer me. Have you seen others like me in the system? If you have, tell me where, when, and under what circumstances you possibly and delivered afterward. Why not? His face grows paler than before, and his lips move in a wordless prayer, unable to utter. Whirlwind of orange and blue torments his soul. Can you not feel the gust in the air around us? Its hue is indeed terrifying. Who are you? We are... Emperor, forgive me. Oh. My.
You monkey never learn. I'm beginning to think that your kind is eager to step into our snares.
Oh. You are going to have fun. You gasp, sucking poison air, each breath scorching your insides with liquid fire from throat to lungs. Every cell in your body is engulfed in maddening pain as you are doused in molten metal, skinned alive and subject to another form of torture. You hear sounds coming from somewhere far away. Moans of your people shuffling with bare feet, light footsteps slowly getting closer. Rogue trader. A long-awaited meeting indeed. You barely see anything through the haze of agony, but you remember the voice swelled. Devastator capital world, Maserati is facing him behind a helmet. Suddenly there's no room. He is smirking. What have you done? Are you satisfied, my kin? I promised that you would have your precious craft world survivors, and so you will. I'll take you to them. I might even be able to witness your jubilant reunion. Servo drives one, Sarah Rev, and the dog. These inferior flesh has betrayed me. You must have punished it poorly, Iron Monkey. No matter, as a captive, you'll learn to apply the art of torture to make it fear the very thought of betrayal. Face close up when you can, squirming in agony. There's someone you cannot see. Bring in the injectors. The monkey I promised to find are among them. I do not want these wretches to move an inch until they are in the hands of the arch machinator. As for you, you will have your share of paralyzing dreams too, but I am going to keep you. You are far too precious to be surrendered to a man playing with fire. rue the day crossing me again. Disappoint me. I've heard the pleas of millions and cursed billions. You can do better. So last words fill your head today. The gas creeps deeper in your lungs, eat away you hungrily as the agony spreads towards you. You are suffocating. Enjoying the sensation? I made this poison for you. Who would have thought that a monkey would one day earn such an honor, special gift from a Draken? But you're suffering. I knew the taste of the would be exquisite were I to add a touch of Drakari's talent for extracting anguish. However, there'll be time for that later. No matter how I wish to play with you all one after another, I need you for a purpose, Road Trader. Kormorog awaits you, all of you. Mandrakes, take them, leave them behind. Huh. Fucking bastard. Emerges from the natural darkness. As a someone powerful hand reaches and brought you out into the light. Dark room and angular shadows move around, and the shadows surprise you, rip apart the veil of pain. You are awake, monkey. Signaling sweet. Our toxin master spared no effort to drag you out of your induced dream. I must commend the Nightmare Weavers. The emanations of fear you exuded in your delirium are worthy of the highest praise. However, it is time to finish what you were brought here. It's time to work for the good of the Cabal, Road Trader. Are the others? What have you done with them? I do not know. Suffering requires pain. They are rotting in the vats of the tears below. You're little. Is your friend from the craft world? Oh, you are going to meet her soon. You cannot wait to look in the eyes of the one who brought you here to me. Why am I still alive? Good question. They're my tool, you see. A sharp and narrow scalpel, and he's got the frank boil on my body of my Cabal. I spared no effort to set up this performance. The witnesses, the spies, the agents, a small bargain to guarantee the result. All that is required of you is to quietly play your part. I will even go as far as to put you in your native surroundings, in a manner of speaking. But if I see you stepping out of your role, I will make sure you bitterly regret it. Was. You monkey hate creatures alien to your kind. This hatred is fueled by primal fear and awareness of your insignificance. To us, you are cattle to exist, to be butchered, and entertain us. Sometimes we use you in our little games, but to involve you filthy brutes in the politics that are infused between the Cabals, there are few worse ways to dishonor oneself in the Cabal. The first day I saw you, I knew you were being controlled by another hand, far too experienced and flexible to belong to another monkey. You stayed ahead of me and Tazara, anticipated our moves, fought back with sparring skill, and I guess, no, I know exactly how you were able to know so much. Only one creature was sufficiently aware of our tactics and raid plans. You will help me expose her and restore the Reaving Tempest to his former favor. I have secrets. Something about the tone of your voice makes him freeze and then comes closer and lean into your face. His black eyes greedily devour the slightest movement, and his voice drops in my... Very well, I am listening. So easy to deceive. When it shadows near you. Raise your hand holding a strange object close to you. Across the skin. Fudge the larva into your face. Oh. Oh, making me eat a grub. Oh no. The creature springs in motion. Have I just been tadpoled? Darkness cloud. Then the sensation of an alien presence does not relent. It is not a conscious mind, but something primitive yet unbearably strong. Unknowable pursuit. It is crawling around your thoughts, scratching them with its sides and changing its shape. Perhaps all this is just a bad dream. Quirk of the intellect exhausted by the calamity of a mind too weak for the burden that is meant to carry. A stray light. I've been tadpoled.
You have disappointed us, rogue trader von Valancius.
And quite frankly, I don't give two shits.
It's about time.
Explain something. Why is there a shard in your chamber?
You are accused of consorting with Xenos, betraying the Imperium, and neglecting the interests of humankind.
What the shit?
The Tribunal is waiting for your explanations. Come closer.
And here comes our principal witness, the rogue trader himself. If the presented evidence was not enough to convince you, his testimony will conclude this confusing case full of oath-breaking lies and heresy. You dragged this boy into this trial and now expect someone to lend an ear to the lowly heretic's testimony? I thought better of you, Interrogator Von Calix. I was so very wrong. Enough. Let him speak. The sooner this business is concluded, the better. Let us continue. Shielded by the powers of the warrant of trade granted by the Imperium, Theodora Van Lances more than once allowed herself to openly collaborate with Xenos. She plunged her entire protectorate into apostasy and heresy, including the current rogue trader, who went out of her way to prevent the Inquisition and me personally from maintaining order inside the Expanse. Does the rogue trader admit to fraternizing? You served the Xenos. You rejected his light and revealed his heretical desires. Rejecting the God Emperor's light. For the sake of heretical. Willpower. Try to cry anything about your things. You surround the turbulent monster in your head and searing grips at your temples. Ah! And just bends over you. Rogue Trader, are you alright, or was your heretical association with Xenos so disruptive that you have lost your mind? Mocking words do little to hide his irritation. He is obviously displeased with the turn the conversation is taking. He leans forward slightly at your anguish. For a brief moment, with boredom in his eyes is gone. It is amusing, but the joke is outside his way. It is painful and obvious that this heretic is dancing at your tune. Is this word against mine? Have you lost, you even unsheathed your blade, Henrix? You need not worry, dear Lord Captain. It is not my intention to bring up unsupported claims. Skillfully manipulates the device and gets necessary information. uncovered the crimes of Vidal around the most important agri-world of the Von Valence Protectorate, which feeds many Imperium colonies in the Expanse. It is true, you did it. Instead of purging the planet of Xenos Menace, he allowed the Inhumans to take refuge in the shadow of his power. They are corrupting Janus society even to speak, and who knows, perhaps another rebellion will not come. Has been accompanied by a Xenos companion. And though the Warrant of Trade does allow one to grant sanction to individual specimens, what is this if not a confirmation that Von Flance's family's loyalty to the enemies of humanity? The rogue traders' ties to the Drakari, a different subspecies, are just as obvious. Who else would help him divine the carefully predicted plans of Drakari if not the other Drakari? Dale Von Valance has always ended up in the location of the next Drakari raid, knowing for certain where they were going to strike. The only Xenos plan I am aware of is the one where they play foul games with my head. Indeed. What do you think he is talking about? He's obviously trying to disrupt the trial. Fidelia, I suggest you watch your tongue and behave yourself. And perhaps, only perhaps, it will be enough to preserve your miserable life. At one point, the Tribunal probably wants to know what the true intentions of the dynasty are. The rogue trader claims that he has been waging a war against Drakari this entire time, except was it really a war? Was it just a carefully staged performance? Allow me to explain what actually happened. Fidelia Von Valancius personally invited Drakari to his worlds and then used his strength and resources to sow chaos in the Expanse to gain leverage over his rivals. It is very convenient to play the victim while working with those to rob your neighbors blind and terrify the worlds and to pay tribute. How much did you profit from this rogue trader? Do you not think I'd uncover your pathetic conspiracy? Enough of the circus. Fuck. Here, let's another witness. Is there a way to? I don't know. Irlet silently takes grace. If the court so desires, my speech will run like a river and wash away doubts. I found a shard of my home in this chambers, an entire craft world vanished among the stars. The only clue of its fate resting in the hands of this monkey. That was when I began to suspect he had something to do with the misfortune to befall my Kruderak. Do not be deceived by his breed. There's cunning predator lurking behind the fluttering of the fragile butterfly wings. This monkey before you is a bizarre amalgamation of qualities not usually inherent in his people species. He has mastered the mysteries of many of this world's cultures. The secrets of the universe and ancient artifacts, the fine art of war and intricacies of deceit are all embodied in single minds, however hard may be believed. However, the threads that bound our past are broke the moment I realized the monkey's involvement in the disappearance of my home. To flee the rogue trader, I tracked down and eliminated his chief tracker, who has pursued our kin many years, and thus earned clemency before this court. So the kids did not simply vanish. You helped him disappear. I say he had only himself to blame. An agent who cannot recognize the impending threat is useless. The court has been presented with enough evidence, and I hope no one is harboring doubts of the guilt of Von Valancius Dynasty, but let us allow the rogue trader to say his final word. We are all curious to know what you have gleaned from this inquiry. Fighting war against one another else. Cat's paw. Good monkey. Enough. am going to kill you all. Get out of my chair. After the spell is lifted, staggering pain pierces your body. Darkness clouds your vision and nausea creeps up from your throat, but the wounds you managed to forget soon remind you that you are still alive. Archon. The weakness of your subjects is an insult to the Council of Archons and the Supreme Overlord of Komarok himself, Humorous. Inhuman village, you see an unknown Jakari in the center of the chamber. His presence alone causes your inside to clench. Instead of fighting and ripping what they are owed from Destiny's hands by force, they dare to crawl into the Dark Palace begging for favors. Like the female Jakari. One half of his face is hidden behind a golden mask with an intimidating visage. The other half is showing malicious, sharp-toothed leer. Xenos' elaborate armor is decorated with skulls and patches of human skin impaled on countless blades and hooks. Carries himself to authority and ease, as the ruler holds the fates of all those. Like a Maharazi, he clutches the hilt of his blade and casts a vicious look at the female in sumptuous armor. Look at Yurlet. Observes everyone, occasionally wincing in pain and covering her weeping wounds. Her posture and gestures are full of tension. Like prey, cornered in the back to listen to the conversation. With the great respect, mighty Nazraki, Archon of the Cabal of the Black Heart, first among chosen, voice of the Overlord of the Dark City, bringer of demise, conqueror of 100 worlds. Council of Archons has heard enough platitudes. Drakon Marazi, and no longer wishes to. Sly, intrigues, ruthless, the jagged ice, something, something. A vitriol verbose, the cut and thrust, but each time the fate's own machinations grave. But whose deft footwork leads to naught but dust, while from its brutal finish none can save. This play, this puppet master granted me, and through murky stalls, a path obligingly. The puppet master, has the Vect himself invited you to this chamber? No matter. You may be our guest, Aravinian. But you are merely a spectator in this performance. The spectators do not belong on the stage, as you undoubtedly know. Do not interfere. A shadow in the shadows I will be. Look at the Aldari. Bright motley hollow suit, the mask hiding its owner's face, graceful movements. Before you stands a Harlequin, another representative of the multifaceted Aldari race. Xenos catches your eye and nods. In the moment, the play of shadows on the mask appears to twist it into a grin. What do I know about the Vect? And many gruesome tales about the atrocity of Jakari, the cruelty and violence of the spiritual Vect, Archon of the Cabal of the Black Heart, the Supreme Overlord of Komarok, and the most dangerous of all his kind. We'll burn you all. Listen to the conversation. Yukari standing beside him. His eyes alight with mockery, not directly at her, however, before he's looking at Mazra. How does the Archon intend to pay for her Cabal's blatant disrespect? I am waiting for your reply, Ymeris, as my patience grows thinner with each breath you take. I feel astonishment and disbelief. He seems to have a certain outcome, so did not expect what he's hearing now. His lips twist in enraged snarl. Hatred directed at Xenos on the throne, and yet it finds no outlet under the gazes of the dozen Yukari in the chamber. I humbly bow before the Council of Archons and apologize for this outburst on behalf of the Cabal. Allow me to prove my respect with the humble grift, points at you with a clawed finger and slashes satisfied grin. The Kakano, the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest himself, and this amusing monkey plaything with their entourage of hapless freaks will entertain your arenas and fight the best warriors for the crowd's movement. Karma accepts your gifts, Eumeris, but what should I do? For Master is the first among your blades. Should I cast him out of the palace, condemned to disgrace? Or should I be merciful and allow him to leave the chamber on his own? I think I know who will make this difficult decision. A creature whose muling the Council of Archons was meant to heed. Is that alright, Maserati? You will receive what you have been longing for. It will be the monkey who decides your fate. Must figure what's fair. His age should regard to you, and then to Eumeris and back, but he does not dare utter an objection. Fuck. Silence. You judge your fate. Lay down your weapon, follow the guards, and may the pity of the lesser being serve as a mark of disgrace, far worse than the wrath of the Archons. Go. Let us return to you, Eumeris. Laughter interrupts the Archon and echoes under the vaults. And all the masks upon their marks now stand. A slave of vanity, the spire ascends. The thief and traitor cast downward by her hand. Unbeknownst to all, their fate depends upon a lead unseen, a player green. And is this how you treat the hospitality of Cormorog, Aberranian? I thought your words were worth more. You insult me by interrupting the trial again. You, Archon, speak a just rebuke in truth. Fate's melodies and snarls fantastic have entrapped me here, and when I heard them play, you could not keep my lips from grinning wide. Here comes the hour for shadows to retreat, to where the curtain waits to rise to laugh. With no beginning, now sends forth the call. Hey! Fuck off.
Curse you, miscreant!
Que desperam, absit, nabi directus.
The world is an impenetrable haze of warm pain. You lie motionless. No, you rest in the murky gloom, slowly dissolving, and sometimes your repose is troubled by an unpleasant, persistent tremors coming from a place where your legs used to be. You do best to ignore them. The way you vulture, this is not your prey. A vaguely familiar voice reaches you through the curtain of darkness, but your disobedient thoughts refuse to reveal where and when you heard them. Was it recently, 100 lifetimes ago? The trembling comes from your legs, is replaced. The violent jerking motion finally stops. In this phantasmagoria retreat, and deftly sees my merchant vagabond. Hey, rogue trader. The puppet master strings left dangling. Rise up, again, rise up, take your place and dance. The spark ignites in the darkness. Fighting is filled with pain. Until I get a cup of recaf, my vital status is yet to be determined. The bliss of death will save you not. The whirling waltz of chaos and chance and gloom you dance. Station burns in your shoulder, and darkness lasts fully withdraws from your mind. Whatever that injection was, is making your heart beat in a frenzied tattoo, and your pupils narrow so that you now register every detail of this in which you have found yourself. Suffering. Where the hell are my boots? Look around. Dead numerous courses, human Shikari, other Xenos. Look at your rescuer. It's coming to your aid. You're pretty tall. Your mind emphatically refuses to continue. So, who are you? A dream obscure of death, deliverance, illuminating will and agony. Where am I? Placed among the shadows, in the wings you lie. Where taught are pulled the puppet master string. Where are they? Not here. The roles have decided now. You'll play your part, perhaps a plot you draw back together, or to doom. The overture in verse, the final lines. The merchant's time to tread the boards has come. Embark you now upon your pilgrimage and take a humble prop. Attempt to rise. You now have committed multiple planets and millions of lives of your former life. Not even your own feet will obey you. It's to punish you from your arrogance. Power of honor. Duration permanent. Yes. 1 foot in the grave. Your bare feet feel like they are stuffed with rags and refuse to obey. You have drawn upon arms to suppress the rebellion and stand upright. The pain engulfs your whole body, immediately makes you question the wisdom of this act of defiance. I can't do contracts? Ah! Okay.
I tire of idleness. Let's move.
You stole all my things. I want my things back. 100 wounds. Deformed bones. I want my things back. You are going to give me my things back. Help. There's your contract deal. What the hell? Did I find my boots?
This cannot be. I did fine. None shall stand in my way. That didn't go as I'd hoped.
You know, I figured, you know.
A new challenge for me? This cannot be. What in the world? Follow my lead.
The hell is... I have no idea what's going on.
Victory awaits! I'll wipe you from the face of the galaxy.
Don't dare to disappoint me.
You'll regret this. All too easy.
You call this a strike?
Suits my purposes.
All right. Ugh.
It's about time. I rise to the occasion. I'll lay claim to the stars. Die, inhuman scum!
The sound of frightened prey. Tantalizing.
Damn it.
A new challenge for me? None shall stand in my way.
We are saving the game again. There's something over here that I... What the fuck is this? Normal size stairs lead to the portal at the... It's the eye of something enormous.
Follow my lead.
Hello! Hello, hello, welcome Raiders. Hello. My name is Dr. Who's the Chef. Welcome to the WBPL. We are a community-based Twitch channel. I am but one of many weirdos who streams on this channel. Thank you so much for joining us.
Feel
Damn
my
it.
wrath!
Who will agonize next?
We are having some... Yes. Yeah, we basically treat it like a like public access television. We've got like 2-3 dozen people, and we take turns streaming. This is my slot,
Victory
and
awaits.
right now I'm playing Rogue Trader because it's silly. Oh yeah, no, it's incredibly fun, and we all just get along and have a great time. We have people, lots of us play video games. That's like the most thing that we do. We also have people who paint. We do a lot of miniature painting. There is also a
Death will
damn it!
find you soon enough.
Group. There's also an individual who talks about writing, and we are writing a world setting collaboratively. It's a lot of fun.
It's about time. Annihilate them.
Damn it, I didn't see you.
Feast of terror awaits.
And currently, right now, I also am making Legos. Which, the latest one that I made is the Concord. And it's absolutely gigantic. Oh, come on. Get on the stand. There you go.
A new challenge for me?
Alright. If you'll excuse me just 1 second, I need to run to the restroom. Zira, what are you doing there? You little so-and-so. Hold on. Same bit. Trying to find a good spot to stop. All right. Alrighty.
None
To the
shall
pit.
stand in my way.
The Denya Femmes is filled with heavy smoke. The walls are lined with living shadows. The center tent is snake-like Xenos. You gain conversation with the pale, harried-looking Drukhari, and pays no mind, much like everything else. I've heard that the breed of Xenos, the Slith creatures, can be found in the entourages of powerful Drukhari lords who serve as bodyguards and companions. They are just as prey and vigilant, but theirs is more primitive in intellect and driven by baser needs. Study the room. Here's armed. They all bear scars and fresh wounds. There's a few humans among the Xenos. Tongues. They all. Influence of some powerful one of that. Seems to have wound up in a necrotic stem. Observe the scales. Xenos. Can we speak? Malice wants you to disappear. Pathetic. Well, you are Malice, I take it. I am Malice. You're in the bees. Get lost, or you'll find out how many do. Fire 8. I am wounded. Very handsomely. damn it. Uh-oh.
Follow my lead.
Well, let's do that again. I just want to see what frickin' happens if I win that coin flip.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Head shatters and some of the scraps stick to the snake. You have now the end of it and that of everyone else in the room. I laugh, his tail coils and then he freezes. That transfixed on the barrel of the pistol aimed at his face. I respect the fearless. What do you want? I need a healer. What are you giving him? We'll discuss this later. Patch up the humanling. He has character. I like this one. Slowly, your body's in pain, but you are no longer at the brink of death. Your wounds have been crudely closed with metal clamps, and your throat is pocked with injector tracks, as though you have been wearing a neck pillow of needles. The one who rendered, certainly not a qualified surgeon, someone who would typically administer the person of the illustrious rogue trader. Looks like you're back with us. I do not know whether to offer my congratulations or commemorations. So, wait. Enough lying around. Get up and we'll discuss how you're going to pay me for your rescue. You stand up, your seat is a strange sense of unreality. It is as if you're still there in the wicked darkness. Everything in this room is twisted mirage. Doubt sweeps into your mind like a poison, sundering its contact with your body. You have to make a deliberate effort to hold on to the thought that you are you. What, is your mind maggot giving you trouble? I saw it latch onto your spinal cord when you were being patched up. A fat, well-fed grub it was. Lots of teeth. It is dying now. They have short lifespan. It means that if poison is especially toxic, you'll lose touch with reality from time to time. Then mind maggot dies. The final dose of poison will make you think your body's not your body. After that, your heart will just stop beating. I could have pulled that thing out of you, of course, but I thought, why should I? Consider it a guarantee of your gratitude for me. When you've earned your healing, I'll release you from it. Who are you? I am Malice, and the rabble you see are my Shriekers. We are gladiators, the beating meat of the Fatal Thirst combat arena. We are the beasts who go out there to kill and to die inglorious deaths for the entertainment of the Dark City. And this den is our pleasure ground. Where am I? Komarok, the Dark City, the underside of existence, the realm of the Jakari. You hear that, humanling? Why'd you decide to help me in the end? You are a cocky whelp, but feeble like all members of your race. Your cockiness has not gotten you killed yet, which means you must be someone important, and you might be useful. What is a mind maggot? It kind of translates to slug. It's a parasite that can only be found on this side of reality. Mind maggots feed on your memory, and they inject toxic hallucinogens into your mind to stop you resisting. Shikari can train these creatures and use them to show their victims devious mirages. What do you want from me? Kill for me. Little man, so you're going to find a freak called the Commissar, one of your kind, and spill his guts for me. Do that, and you will earn my favor. And in the chasm, that counts for a lot. Who is the Commissar? A person in Shikari who thinks too highly of himself, dying in the arena without any fuss. He is hiding, gathering other slaves of your race around him, making pathetic plans to get his revenge. And many of your kind are listening to him. See how few humanling shriekers are there? They used to all come to me, but now they listen to the Commissar. No. The Mangled Sector? What an off-putting name. It's an off-putting place. It is the base of the spire in which we live. Cormorang is stitched together from scraps of various dimensions, and the Mangled Sector, the seams are starting to rip. The space is collapsing in on itself, and entropy radiation is off the scale, spawning all kinds of abominations, and the sector is slowly but surely turning into nothing. Some unhinged humanling went there recently. What did they call him? Wasorian. He is old but strong and too loud. His visit probably stirred up all the freaks. You should be more careful and quieter than he was. You'd have to be insane to set foot in a place like that. Insane or an outcast like or hiding from the front like you. What do you want me to do? I don't want you to drag my whole gang to the main center. The place will kill off three times more fighters than the Commissar's crew will. That means I need to send in an assassin. The Commissar's fighters know my shirt. Nobody knows you. And besides, you don't have a choice, which means you'll see it through to the end. I'm going to need a more serious weapon. Prove that you're do this, and Malice will see that you decent toys playing, but not before. In the meantime, you can pick up something out of that junk pile. Very well. Bring his head in exchange, I'll share my toys. And if you think of lying to me and running, when you're on the street looking for a humanling dressed in red with a cog on his chest and face full of me, see how he is dying alone with nobody to help him, your death. Hey! Packy! So now, I just have fresh injury, and my bones are back in place.
Done.
Mine. Ah. I am slowly rebuilding my empire. That's not going to be annoying.
It's about time.
I think I'm gonna go on for like another 10 or so minutes. I'm worried about it. I need to get out of here.
A new challenge for me. I'll lay claim to the stars. That didn't go as I'd hoped. This cannot be. Victory awaits. What in the world? None shall stand in my way.
Jesus Christ.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Hey, Ballard!
Excellence matters.
You barely recognize your loyal seneschal, Abelard of Viserion, in his pitiful hunchback figure. The officer's bearing, his broad shoulders, his direct, piercing gaze, all gone without a trace. Before you see a decrepit, quivering old man rummaging through malodorous refuse and mumbling under his breath. If I love... Seneschal, this is your Lord Captain speaking. The Addendum Perfectorium Militarum to the Tacti Imperium states that a not army officer of the Imperium is the third degree Xeno influence or higher is a traitor. I will have no heretics under my command. I order you to conquer this illusion at once. Get to it, officer. Saint's blood. You're alive. Thank God. Death is not found yet. Then again, maybe the worst. My late wife, I think, in the time that I wandered around here. My sanity may have suffered a temporary lapse. I hope my mind can no longer stomach. What happened to you? Thrice blasted Xena simply chucked me aside like a piece. I went looking for you or for help, ended up here. That's where it found me. That thing, memory fails me. If I can remember bits and pieces, and needles pump me full, pump me something in. I seem to be in one piece except that creature. How should I say this? Needle siphon strength out of me. I feel older by the good decade or two. My word, I think I am older. That could be why I started seeing things. I never thought I'd live to go and live long enough to go senile. It was a thing that attacked you, a spawn of nightmares, so ghastly my mind refused to picture it clearly. Nothing but meat, metal, and many, many needles. Feasted on me, feasted on my very soul. It would have devoured me whole if it had not gorged itself on another before me. I find a way to restore you. Pray, Lord Captain, there is strength enough in my body yet. Just need a brief respite. Where are the others? I have the faintest idea. All I can say is I managed to survive down here, and there are no weird things. It's time to move. And I'd agree. For Haraspond Lancius. Alrighty, Seneschal. You will get the slightly better armor. What do you have? You have stolen time. You are getting a great sword and a shotgun.
A new challenge for me?
Oh, we have to destroy that to get there.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Loot that body! Motherfucker, loot that body! Examine the corpse.
This cannot be! Follow my lead!
Loot that body. Death throes of atoms become nothing. Alright, I'm gonna save here. Argenta! Do not forsake his chosen one. Our prayers are passed across once more. So thanks be the God Emperor, you are here. Prepared new trials as ever. Master Rosarian, Lord Senator never abandons his Lord Captain, does he? I'm just glad to see you are alive. Your arrival is timely indeed. The Emperor's chosen. On our side, we can come out of hiding and eject from him. But I should shouldn't take your time. Speak to the commissar, the one who leads these valiant souls. He will tell you everything you need to know. What happened to you after we ran into the trap? My memory betrays me. I lost consciousness soon after. They dragged us into the shadows. I came into the filthy arena. They had set some clawed beast after I slew it. They sent another. I killed them one after another. Unseen spectre demanded more and more. Last I know, one of the beasts I fought damaged the enclosure, and I managed to escape the arena. You should have seen how quickly the scum who whooped and cheered from the stands set off after me. I forged a path with sword and bolter, and wandered for a long time in darkness. When up here, where a loyal servant of the Emperor found me and gave me the chance to serve him again. He was the commissar you speak of. The loyal servant of the Emperor has not lost his will to fight, even the intention of the gloom. He has mustered a resistance. Everyone who can hold a weapon and refuses to accept the fate of a toy in the clutches of vile Xenos. The dwellers of these dungeons are myriad, and most are lacking in soul, courage, and willpower. The commissar and his associates seek out true champions of the Imperium among them and prepare those people for battle against the Xenos. Providence itself has brought me here. I assisted the commissar in search of hope and finding you among the captives. I devoted myself to helping the faithful, yet failed to pluck up their strength and guiding the able, yet desperate towards hope. And all their efforts have already borne fruit. 2 squads have gone on a scouting mission to discover safe passage. Who are these people? I found them subjects to Imperium who were taken to the den of miseries. The beasts. You will join me, will you not? As long as I could. When these people is done, it is time I rejoined you. But first, let me final words of guidance to my flock. Servants of the Emperor, children of humanity, be strong in your resolve and pure in your faith. For our deliverance is at hand. Steel your hearts, and a great trial lies ahead of us, but the reward for passing it is freedom. Argenta. Argenta. You have nothing on.
Victory awaits!
Alrighty. I think we're going to talk here, and then I'm going to get out of here. Because I need to get some food in me and get started with my day. Make sure if Aquila looks somewhat pitiful and its villains and passion and its creation of the piety of its makers. Hello? Another loyal servant of the throne has found his way to those. Fear not approach. If you have faith in the Emperor, you will only find allies here. The Emperor protects. Indeed, Emperor protects. Now, look at the Commissar. I don't think the Archon Commissar is in regard to propaganda posters are all life drawings of this man. He has a large and powerful jaw, his eyes are hard and fearless, and a small scar over his brow adds a certain rugged charm to his feet. His coat, though worn, has been diligently cleaned and mended, and the skull on his tall cap is polished to a shine. Who are you? Commissar Yako Satsni, but my brother and sisters all prefer to come as the Commissar. I was assigned to the regiment of the in the fought in battle of the world where I was wounded and taken prisoner while unconscious. Having recovered from my wounds, I carried on fighting Wicked Xenos as the head of the local resistance cell, which I founded. My valorous comrades and I sabotaged the enemy's activities while we devised a plan to keep up the good work. What does your resistance do? Our first ongoing objective is to keep bolstering our ranks by seeking prisoners who have not yet lost faith and willingness to oppose the nefarious jailers, for us to arm ourselves and train. I teach my soldiers basic guard tactics in order to mold them into full-fledged assault unit. Most importantly, we gather information and plot our escape. Today is not the day when we pave a road to freedom with the corpses of the Topes of Xenos is nigh. What are the circumstances of your capture? We engaged the enemy on the world of Camelot Secundus and the Macarian marches in the Galaxy. The lowest and foes of humanity were known to launch raids in here, so we received orders to defend the good subjects of the Imperium. When the profaners descended upon us, they gave us no quarter, blah blah. Our spear arms are fallen, led my people in bayonet, trying to remember how the battle ended. I require medical assistance. You do not look badly injured. Malice has sent me for your head, however I know his eyes are coming home. Skull miscreant, as long as he's want to be dead, he cares my soldiers, he forces us from our base to this perilous place, but he will pay for his keep soon once my plan is set in motion. It is a disgrace to serve one such as he. You ought to join our ranks instead. Together we will break out of this. What is your escape plan? Some of our own have captured a small Xenos ship that was moored for repairs at a remote, unused dock. They eliminated the crew pilot, but left the pilot alive to sail back to real space. We can get to the dock through a dimensional portal located at our old base. Wait, was it Sergeant Business Squad that was tasked with capturing him? Did he survive? And protected him, and he did not fail the Emperor. He's in good health and is waiting for us to arrive. Malice and his Shriekers drove us out and took over the base. For the first order of business, we will confront him there. I propose that you take him by surprise and deliver the first strike. We'll support the attack from the outside. Seems violent enough combined together. Here's Slim. Who are the people under your command? Foreign prisoners from various aspects of service and ability, clerks, monks. All who have the courage to take up arms. How have you managed to accomplish so much? Every morsel of intelligence. Blah blah blah. I shall join you. My brothers and sisters in arms, and you find to join our ranks. And for grace us. Keep faith.
None shall stand in my way.
Alright, I think with that, we're going to get out of here because this is... That blah 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 is doing a lot of work there. Yup. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here because I am tired. This is getting crazy.
It's about time.
And I really wish that my head would stop doing that. Okay, buddy.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your...
This task should have been accomplished easily.
Come on. Did I fuck something up?
I won't tolerate weakness.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Stop that. Give.
Follow my lead.
Save. Pull it up.
Duty prevails.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Alright. So we retrieved the safe. We need to find our little mechanical person. Alright. Hello, Digi. Goodbye, Digi. We're getting out of here. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Perhaps I might try and do a pickup stream, maybe, because this is incredibly interesting, and we are in interesting part of the story, and I wanted to do things. Don't worry, Digi. You know, I'm very early. You know, it's fine. Don't worry about it, buddy. Thank you, everybody, and remember to hail Cargonia.
Hold on. Land of stolen things, obey the quartermaster, unless he's a ling. Miners don't die today. Cargo techs push freight. Our enemies in disarray. All hail Cargonia!
Get back to work.